Sample CASPer scenario and questions plus expert response. In this short video, we're going to show you 1. A sample CASPer scenario. 2. Appropriate sample response to the follow-up questions from our BeMo CASPer experts. 3. An example of a difficult follow-up question. So, let's begin. Here is the sample CASPer scenario. You're a pilot waiting at the airport for your next assignment. You're sitting at the bar with a colleague who's also awaiting an assignment. Your colleague gets a call informing him of his next assignment. You overhear him accept the assignment, but you've observed that he had been drinking beers at the bar while waiting. Now, here are the questions along with the BeMo expert response. 1. What's going through your mind at this point? At this point, I need to remain objective, non-judgmental, and not jump to any premature conclusions based on the primary observations made. I don't want to make the assumption that my colleague is being irresponsible and unprofessional by drinking alcohol while accepting an assignment. It could very well turn out to be that my colleague has been drinking non-alcoholic beer. Or, since I didn't hear the complete conversation over the phone, it could turn out that my colleague said yes to an assignment that's many hours from now, or perhaps another day altogether. But of course, it could also turn out that my colleague was drinking alcoholic beer and said yes to an assignment that's immediately pending. Thus, for these reasons, I will not confront my colleague in an accusatory or rude manner, but I would like to speak to him in private to gather further information, as I'm concerned about the well-being and safety of all those involved, most importantly, the potential passengers. 2. What will you do in this situation? I would approach my colleague in a non-confrontational manner in a private setting. First, I would apologize for overhearing his conversation. Then, I would simply mention to him that I had observed him drinking what appeared to be beer, and that I was concerned if the assignment was immediate. At this point, a few things could happen. The colleague could simply say that the assignment isn't immediate, or that he was consuming non-alcoholic beer. In that case, there's nothing to be concerned about. Alternatively, the colleague could have made an honest oversight while accepting the assignment, and now that I've brought it to their attention, they're willing to rectify the situation by speaking to the supervisor directly. Lastly, it could turn out that my colleague is simply being irresponsible and dismisses my attempts to intervene. At that point, I would strongly remind him that I'm concerned for everyone's safety in the situation, and if they're unwilling to go speak to the supervisor, then I would be obligated to do so, regardless of how it would affect our relationship. And here's an example of a difficult follow-up question. 3. What would you do if you were the supervisor in this situation and were made aware of this situation? Click the link below to download our expert response and our comprehensive CASPer prep guide, including additional sample questions.